My name is Pastor James Bliss, and I have been pastor here now 13 months. And I have two churches in the charge. I have Fairhaven United Methodist Church, and then I have Clark's Bethel United Methodist Church, about 3 miles away down Highway 12. Both churches right now are totally, they're destroyed. One of them is rebuilding, and it appears that's where we're going to go for one church. Fairhaven has decided they probably would go ahead and rebuild. The other church is so steeped in tradition, and the church was built by some of the grandfathers and fathers of the people who attend, and they're just it hurts them because it's been their home church for so many years. They thought the 1944 storm that they had would be, and another one they had was Isabel. They thought those two storms were the worst that came through as far as flooding goes. So everyone had their homes at 4 feet above their ground level, and it turns out that that wasn't enough. 60% of my flock have lost their homes. That's in both churches. There has been no means for our members to come and clean up the churches because they're cleaning out their own homes. They're trying to put their lives together. I have at least 50% of my people are dispersed within the island trying to get places to live. And some have had to go down into the Buxton and Hatteras area to try to find a place to live. It's been hard for them to clean out their homes because all their memories, all their life that they put into that home is no longer there. So it's been hard. The 3 villages that I stay in, which is called the Tri-Village, is made up of Rodanthe, Waves, and Salvo. We were the ones that got the main punch from the sound flood. The people here were so down, and I had no communications with the people for about 4 days. And I finally got to hear a few people. They finally were able to get calls out by going down south on the island in Hatteras and call me. I was in Greenville at the time. And all I was hearing was they needed me. They said, "We need the pastor. We need you here." Because our people are demoralized. They're spiritually, they're down, and some of them are losing hope. So I finally got down on Thursday, seeing my people hurt, seeing the Jesus flock so dispersed, so down, so they've lost everything. Many do not have, they've been getting clothes wherever they can. Many have lost their clothes. You've been through here. The smell is horrible for them. Mosquitoes are bad. There's so many things, and to see them suffer. But I knew we had to lift the people up on the island spiritually. So I did get permission to start a service there at 10 in the morning on Sunday. I decided to have communion. At first I didn't really think I should have it because I thought maybe it would be not the appropriate time, but I found that communion on this Sunday after the storm, which would have been a week, was more than appropriate. The lives of all my people, and even the people who were here as workers, who have seen the damage, who have seen the hurt, they all participated in the service. We had over 100 some people trying to cram into the community building. They were all ready to, let's go, let's share our meal with the Lord. And it was such a meaningful time because it gave them hope. And they also were able to forgive themselves by asking for forgiveness, because many of them have felt a loss of faith. They had really given up. Some people had blamed God for what had happened. And this was a renewal. And it was wonderful to see, because when they come before me, their eyes, they had tears. But they knew what was happening, what was taking place. And when I finished, you could see smiles. And the final hymn we sang was just joyful. Christ wanted them, his disciples, to renew themselves, to have strength, to have comfort, to know that he would always be with them. And that's why he asked us to share this meal with him, because he's not with us physically, but the Lord is here spiritually. He's here with the Holy Spirit, and that supper reminds us that he is here. We intend to rebuild Fairhaven. We're going to have a new church, and we have already decided that we're not going to have that name. We'll have the memory, but we're going to have a new name, because we want to be involved more with the village, with the 3 villages, and we want it to have a community influence. There were no deaths on this island, and I found out later on that, on this island, no storm has ever taken a life on Hatteras Island. What a blessing.